gotta take one way. Or if you go your way. You was telling me something about it, you don't have to go.
Thank you.
Looks like they split them up.
My booger bear last night.
So when,
1 year
Alabama
old.
last night?
Yeah, it's her birthday was yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Right. And then I read it was scars and said, well, just more good. I'm not gonna have to leave for spring.
Hey Charles, how are you? Hey Judy. Sit next to me. I like that when they are. We should give them a standing ovation before the year starts. Yeah, we should. We'll do it. We'll do it when they the end. Before executive session? After. If people will do it in the beginning. Okay. Oh, there's the Hobbit. Bricks in the back of my truck, and I'll ride by that. Great idea. I think it'll make a perfect dam for new development. Yeah. They got down as far as they could get. That's right. They were probably between, you know,
come out.
No, it's something about the hobby. Hobby likes to move it.
Brings out the best.
And it really does. She's gonna come over here and run shit. We don't play that
Good. One day we're going to
This time I called.
I'll change wing in just a minute.
I wouldn't hug you. I would hug you. I don't want to shake my hand. I was sick.
Good evening. Everyone hear me fine? I need to move the mic. We're good? Okay. We're going to call to order. I'm new at this, so I'll probably make mistakes. But first thing I'd like to do is stand and pledge allegiance, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. The second thing, I'd like to recognize all the veterans and thank them for their service. We're going to make a little change in our venue. First thing we need to do is to swear Miss Hattie Thrasher in, Councilwoman Thrasher. She's run unopposed, but we're going to swear her in again and make it all official. So if you all would step down front.
She's doing this at home too.
You want your language so you can read it? You want your language so you can read it? Oh. Can I swear that
Okay.
Read that, read what it says. You raise your right hand, please, and you repeat after me. I, Hattie Thrasher, a citizen of Barrow County, state of Georgia,
I, Hattie Thrasher, citizen of Americana, state of Georgia,
do hereby solemnly swear and affirm
do by solemnly swear and affirm
that I will well, truly, and faithfully
that I will well, truly, and faithfully
discharge the duties of councilperson of the city of state of Georgia,
discharge the duty of a city council of the state of Georgia,
and that I will support and defend the Constitution
that I will support and defend the Constitution
and laws of the state of Georgia
and laws of the state of Georgia
and the United States of America,
and the United States of America,
and that I will in all respects
and that I will all respect,
observe the provisions of the Charter
observe the provision of the Charter
and ordinances of the city of Statham.
and ordinance of the city of Statham.
I do further solemnly swear and affirm
I do further solemnly and swear and affirm
that I am not the holder
that I am not the holder
of any unaccounted for
of any unaccountable for
public money due this state
public money due this state
or any political subdivision or authority thereof,
or any political subdivision or authority, therefore,
thereof,
uh,
that I am not the holder of any office
that I am not the holder of any office
of trust
of trust
under the government
under the government
of the United States,
of the United States
any other state,
and other state,
or any foreign state,
and in foreign state,
which by the laws of the state of Georgia,
which by the laws of the state of Georgia,
I am prohibited from holding,
I am prohibited from holding,
that I am otherwise qualified to hold said office
that I am otherwise qualified to hold said office
according to the Constitution
according to the Constitution
and laws of Georgia.
and laws of Georgia.
So help me God.
So help me God.
We're going to go ahead and appoint a vice mayor at this point. It's done by ballot. This is an office that's held for 2 years. In the event that the mayor is unable to be here for whatever reason, the vice mayor will operate the meeting according to our ordinances and our charter.
Do you want me to state the person who has the most votes?
If you would.
And Mr. McCormick has the most votes.
Do we swear in the vice mayor? If,
I think you've been sworn in as a council member, correct? Yes, Chairman?
yeah, but if something happens,
I think
I'm not,
yeah. I believe you're appointed vice mayor.
Appointed by
okay.
Appointed
I'm
vice
just
mayor.
checking out, I didn't know.
I don't know.
No, that's good. Yeah.
First line.
One of the things that I was going to discuss, but didn't get it completed, and I will be working with council people, trying to come up with the committees, their names, and who's going to head those committees and vice chair them. So there's really nothing to discuss on that matter at this point. I know I skipped over number 2, and that's on my shoulders too. We need to move that down to the bottom. So moving on past the committees, one of the recommendations that I've made, and I've provided the council people packet, we have to make a change on where we're going to have our police department. We have some options, but I feel that the most reasonable offer and the quickest thing that we can do is to cohabitate here at City Hall. We have a proposal for, I believe it's $13,500 to move them in here. They will be secure as they are across the street. It'll be basically 2 separate pieces, but there are some people that believe that we ought to do other options, but looking at what is been proposed to me. This is the least expensive for taxpayer money. And then we have to look at options for where their permanent home will be, and that may be across the street. We own that building, but I was told that we have some proposals for there, but then I've been told that we don't have some. So at this point, I've made the recommendation, and I'm not sure we'll open it for discussion.
I think one of the things we can do is we can have a forum, or we can have an open discussion. We can take input from the community. We could see what the citizens want, and then we could also see what the best viable option is and what's going to cost us the least amount of money. And we have the opportunity to reduce our footprint instead of making it larger, at least in the downtown area. I think for now, I think we could just stick with the proposal and the bid, just to move the police department here for now, and then deal with the permanent relocation at a later time, after a forum and plenty of input from the community.
So the idea, so that everyone knows, as I understand it, is the city hall area would be sectioned off. The police department would temporarily be located in this section that we're sitting in now.
Side door?
And the
Yes.
side door would be used as an entrance for the police department. City hall would still function in the upper front as it does now. So it's a temporary move. We have to do something quickly, because they're starting construction on our library as of April 1st, is my understanding. Because of that, we don't have time to really renovate a building to move our police department. This is unfortunately, it's got to be a quick fix, but it is a quick fix to find them a location to get them somewhere so that we can continue to do business until we can get a permanent location for the police department. As it stands now, the estimate in front of me is $13,500 to add 76 feet of wall, the doors, a temporary window for the clerk, and that includes installing, finishing the drywall, chair rail base, and some of the lighting that may need to be moved. What's not included in this quote, which will probably be an additional cost, is we'll have to have cabling for phone lines and data connections as well. So that will be an additional cost that, just in my line of work, those are typically about $200 per drop, however many we need. So that's kind of a rough ballpark estimate of what it would cost to do data and voice cabling.
Yeah, this building is so bad as far as connections, is that gonna affect it any?
It'll be wired connections.
Hard.
So,
Okay.
Question, is that the only estimate you have, and is that the only estimate that you're going to get?
It's the only one I was given. I've asked, and that's the only one I was given. So I have to go with what's available. I always believe the more information, the better. But there again, I've spoken with the people at the library, and they're actually saying the end of March that they actually have to start. She probably could give us another week by having them start on their side of the wall, but probably the first week in April, the wall would have to come down. So we're limited on time, and we're limited on the estimates, unfortunately.
So there's no lead time?
At this point, no, because like I said, it's the least expensive expense for taxpayer money.
and truthfully, the big plan should have come from the previous council if it had been taken care of.
Did you add an exit door for each department? Because you have to have an entrance and an exit for each department, or you won't pass fire.
This
code.
door right here is going to be shared. you'll have a lobby, you'll have a window for, Ms. Pollard, the clerk, and there'll be an access, to the bathroom, and then access and egress in and out from each way.
If you have a police officer in that building over there, how's he gonna get out the building?
There's a door right there.
There are? Okay.
Another door out the back. And it's a steel door.
Did you take bids on this estimate, or did you just come up with somebody?
Again, this was provided from the previous administration.
So are you gonna open it up for bids?
Do we have the time? This is what we're up against. You've got 3
I think you
months.
have to.
Okay, plus the time that it takes a contractor to do the work. Plus, we have to get on the waiting list. So, I mean, I'm open for suggestions.
Have we talked to the contractor about the timeline, how long this right here is gonna take?
No. It was done, and we were not given anything about it until Joe showed it to me yesterday. That's the first that I seen it. We have a contractor sitting right there, and I'd ask him for the bid. Mr. Holcomb.
And he rolled his eyes.
Where y'all,
Well, he is local, I was talking, I would roll mine too.
Mr. Eddie Jackson.
where are y'all gonna meet?
Well,
At the community center?
yeah,
Okay, I mean, I'm just,
yeah.
so the cost to moving y'all and doing all this, it's gonna be quite a bit extensive to move all this and set up over there also.
Well, this will remain.
Okay.
This area can remain so that you cut down on the amount of cost. So, officers would have small workstations that they could do the paperwork or whatever, and this again is behind secured, area, because there would be a steel door there, and my understanding is a solid door here, so someone can't walk in the lobby and then just walk back here. They'd have to have, and only the police department would have access to this side of the building, because we have to be GBI compliant and GCIC compliant, so we can't have employees from the city coming in and out of here. It's only for the police department. Yes, Eddie?
We'd in the past talked about furloughing. Is that out of the question, now? That, because the cost factor was very little over there.
Well, my understanding was that the number that was thrown at me was about $35,000, so that's double this price. And I've had many citizens tell me that they don't want our city police department over there because they're city police. They want them where they are visible to the public.
And I agree thoroughly. But that would be temporary also till you decide where you're actually going to go across the street. And because if you do what you say you're going to do, then you eventually will take this down again, which is going to be a cost factor. And that could be stay permanent for some other type for the businesses that y'all have.
When you're talking Fair Lane, you're talking the community center?
Yes.
Okay, and then we give up a possible moneymaker for the
That's
city.
not a moneymaker, and
So,
if you look at the dollar figure, that would be a minimal of your concern, but it's a thought, but it's been a thought for 6 months now, a year.
These are items I think should be tossed around in the forum and input from the community, and later on
Yeah.
down the road, I agree with looking at all of our options, because we're rearranging, a third of the city's assets and real estate. So I think it deserves, what we're asking for is either a forum or more public input. And, I don't know if Mike, you would be willing to provide us another bid.
Absolutely.
And take a look at the specs, at what we're trying to do, and get us some other
Just
prices.
listening to what he said they was doing, that the bid sounded high to me.
yeah.
What about security?
Well, they have the police department have their own security that they would be moving over here. They have their own alarm system, completely independent. They have, my understanding is they have their own internet service that's completely independent. Like I said, we have to take into consideration GCIC standards, GBI standards, so that we can't have regular employees coming in and out of here. They'll be able to come into the lobby and talk to Tracy, but they can't have access unless they're police escorted, am I correct?
Right.
So, yes, Ms. Corbett.
You may want to contact an attorney about, as far as advertising for an RFP. It's probably something that you can't afford not to do, because Mr. Mitchell just had a mayor who was recalled for not doing an RFP. So it's, I know it's time sensitive, but y'all are newly elected and you don't want to start off in that direction.
I'll be happy to check into that Monday.
In order to do an RFP or to accept bids, we do have to determine where we plan to temporarily move the police department. We can't solicit bids or do an RFP on a building and then not use that building. So we have to at least make that decision about where we plan